Hello, how are you, Nikki?
I'm good. How are you?
I am so good. Super excited to be talking to you. How's everything happening in your life right now? First of all, where are you?
I'm in Los Angeles. It's very hot right
I know
now.
I'm like probably right up the street from you.
Oh, really? Dude,
It's
it's
been
been crazy. It's
and
been
super
really
hot as
hot.
hell too.
Yeah. Yep.
How's your life in quarantine?
It's been good. I've been raising my dog. I got a dog, so that's been fun. It's been like a challenge. Ooh, sorry.
It's all good. What kind of dog did you get?
I got a so okay, so I got scammed. I thought I was getting a doodle, those poodle mixes, and I ended
Yeah.
up getting well, she is a poodle mix, but she was not what I thought. So I paid a lot of money for her. But anyways, lesson learned.
It's so funny like how they literally like
I
try-
know, it's crazy.
What else have you been doing? Have you been writing?
Yes, sort of. I've just honestly been focusing on my album and just kind of, seeing how that's going. And yeah, I've been reading more than I've been writing actually recently. So
What have you been reading?
I'm reading this book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. It's actually not bad. I recommend it for anybody that's trying to be an artist or is an artist or wants to be creative in any way. So
So just getting in the game, right? A couple of
yeah.
years ago, what would you say to someone that is wanting to become an artist, or what would you say that you've learned so far since being in the game?
I mean, it's not all glitz and glam. It's a lot of hard work, and you have to just give it your all, and you have to be willing to make a lot of sacrifices and just kind of to give it your all and give it your best. I think there's this perception that, oh, once you make it, like life will be great and you'll be happy forever, but it's like that's so far away from the truth. Like most artists I know are like the hardest workers, and you just have to give it your all.
What's one of the sacrifices that people would be so surprised to find out that of the industry make?
Dude, look, like Instagram, I think like with social media, right? Everybody thinks that, oh my gosh, like if my life was just like hers or like his, it'd be great. But like it's all the best version, right? It's like it's a culmination of the best parts of your life on there. And so I think it's just like people will never post a photo of them crying. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah, it's just like people have hard days still, and you just won't see that. So yeah.
Do you feel like you've been hella creative because you mentioned that you're working on the album right now? Do you feel like you've been hella creative right now during this time?
Yes and no. I feel like it's been more of a time of learning and growth and just kind of reflecting more so than creating. I feel like the first half of this year was when I was creating for this album. But I've had a lot of downtime, and it's just forced me to like slow down and take a good look at myself and just reprioritize. So it's been a really grounding time.
I
Yeah.
get so irritated when people are like, "Oh, you're supposed to use this time to be grinding," and yeah, no.
I
First of all,
know.
you know what I
Exactly.
mean? This has
Exactly.
never happened ever before in life. So you cannot tell me how to process how I'm feeling right now.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Like let people just, go at their own pace and, everybody's figuring it out. It's fine.
Because I've been anxiety ridden since the whole thing has started.
I think you and the whole world, bro. Me too. Like it's been a weird time.
How do you, or what do you do to, I guess, deal with that anxiety?
Um Honestly, going on breaks off of my phone. Like I think a lot of it's like a generational curse, right? Like being connected and disconnected at the same time. So like just get off your phone and like talk to people. I know it's hard because like you can't really hang out with people, but if you're
Mhm.
living with people or if you're with your family, go have lunch with somebody safely or FaceTime somebody. But don't be on social media for like hours and hours and hours because I think that's a big thing that
I think it was
people.
so dope that in 2018, Complex named you Best New Artist. Do you feel any pressure to like, when somebody like labels you or shines a spotlight on you to keep up like what you're doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, dude, of course. Like, yeah, it's a lot of pressure. And I think, again, like with me, I've learned that comparison is truly the devil, and like you really just can't compare yourself to anybody else's journey or trajectory in life. So
Mhm.
I've just been trying to outdo myself, and with every release that I do, I just kind of think about, what have I done in the past? What can I do better? As opposed to like, oh, how can I
Right.
be, this list new, whatever. So that's kind of how I think about it.
Well, I think it's interesting because you've been doing it for a minute. I think I was reading 15. You went on with Taylor Swift, went on tour with her.
No, I didn't go on tour with her. I just I opened for her. But yeah, that was a really crazy experience.
How was that?
That was insane, dude. I was like 15, and it was a really formative experience for me because I was literally in school, and then basically what happened was I joined an online contest, and then they were like, "Okay, surprise, you win. You can open for her when she comes to your city." And I thought it was a hoax at first, but it was real. And it was a really solidifying experience for me because I was like, okay, like 10,000 people sounds really daunting. But when I got on there on stage, it was actually really fun. And I really enjoyed it. So, yeah.
I would, wow, because I feel like it would be easier to talk to 10,000 people as opposed to do something. No,
You're totally right. I 100% agree. Like if you put me in a room with like 10 people, I would probably just be like, just like stumbling over my words. It's so much pressure when like you can see everybody's faces, you can see what they're thinking, you know what I mean? So
because it's almost like they're staring into your soul.
exactly. When it's 10,000, it's like it just blurs into one big sea of nothing.
And people don't realize when you're up on that stage, you can't see people's faces anyway.
Exactly. So it's kind of like I'm singing all by myself in my room in a way. So
And it's all good. Well, listen, I want to talk about the song. It sounds really good.
hey,
How would you explain that to someone loose if they haven't heard it yet?
it's a nostalgic, reminiscent ballad, and it's just kind of about being trapped in this toxic limbo. And it's that
Mhm.
moment of acknowledgement where you're like, this is not working out. This is a lose-lose situation. We're gonna move on.
How do you come to that headspace to write something like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy how, music I feel like takes on different forms over time. Like in the beginning, it was definitely inspired by a situation that I was personally involved in with somebody else. And, it was kind of written about that. But as time has progressed, it's sort of morphed into this like lament to myself in a way. It's like kind of like this internal dialogue that I have. So, yeah.
Sounds like I can't wait for this album. Do we have a date as to when is it coming out?
The album is out actually. It came out in September.
Oh, it did. Okay. I need to make sure I go download that. Before we go, I want to talk to you about being an advocate for the generation of Asian artists. How important for you?
It's super important. I think like in the beginning, I kind of like got into this because I love music, but now truly see it as like a social responsibility for me. Cause look, I grew up in Indonesia, never saw anybody that kind of looked like me, growing up on the big screen. And so my goal is just to kind of like show all the Asian kids out there that like you can do this too. You don't have to abandon 12 years of piano lessons or like whatever to go be a doctor, a lawyer, whatever. Go do whatever you want to do and give it your best. So,
Nikki, I appreciate you jumping on Zoom and chatting with us.
thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Of course, I can't wait until this is all over so you can do this in the studio. We can do this properly.
I know. I can't wait.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.